So in this video, I would like to quite briefly talk about logging when it comes to debugging. And so logging is a common technique when it comes to debugging code. So when something fails or does not execute or does not perform or behave in the way that you expect, usually you would want to log things just to know what is actually happening and what is being executed and what is the output, what are the outputs of different operations that you're performing, for example. So to look at so we know on a basic level how to print things to the console, right? We know how to print things to the terminal. We use the print keyword, and that is a really good tool, and you can get really far by just doing that, right? But fortunately, in Python, we also have other tools that we can use to our advantage to leverage the benefits of logging for the purpose of debugging, right? And one of these tools is called the traceback tool. And traceback is, I would say, in short, I would say that it's simply a more detailed type of information that you can get when you want to debug something. So many times you don't just want to know that an error happened, but you might want to know where did the error happen, and what was the type of the exception, and in what file or what module, and what was the call stack at that point of time. So which functions were calling which functions, and that would give you a better context of what was happening, or the actual execution path, so to say. So let's just look at traceback, right? So let me try to see how we can do this. Yeah, so first and foremost, I have to import what's called the traceback. Let's see if so we see that it says extract, format, and print information about Python stack traces. And note the word stack, right? Because stack is usually something that you hear often when you talk about debugging, since execution in code, usually there is a call stack, so to say, that which is a data structure. So things are stacked upon each other when you call functions. And this call stack is quite useful to look at when you execute code, because it tells you quite a lot about why or what was actually happening during the time of execution. And so let's just try to run some dummy code here that will actually fail, or it will crash. So I'll say raise runtime error, something went wrong, right? And then we need to catch this exception by using the except keyword. And then we will do something interesting here. So we will call a function that is provided on the traceback object. So you see that we have quite a lot of things we can use here, but I'm interested in the format exc, and it says that it will print the values to a stream. So let's just look at that. Let's just see what happens, right? Doesn't hurt. So I think I will try to call this function like this, right? So, like that. And if you look at okay, maybe I should clear the terminal before I run this. So I will clear that. I will expand the terminal, and I will say, so we see that we get quite a lot of information. We get information about what's happening, right? We get information about the type of the error, what the function was, what the line was, and so on. If I just say exception as E, and I just print out E, I want to see what the difference is, right? So I'll just say print E instead of doing the traceback, right? Let's see. And now we just see like the error message. We don't see anything else. We don't get all this detailed information about where something failed. So it's quite good to know that you have this tool to your advantage. And you can also do many other things with this information, right? So right now I was just printing it, but you could also, for example, save it in log files. That is quite a common use case for logging things. many times if you have big complex systems and you want to check when something fails, and it could be used for monitoring as well. For example, maybe you send the log files every time something fails. You just send log files to a service, and then the software engineers can look into those files to see the most recent exceptions that were thrown and so on in a big system, for example. So it has many use cases, and I won't go into the details of this. I just want to highlight the fact that this is something that Python provides, right? So thanks for watching, and I'll do another video where I'll talk about another concept related to debugging and logging. Thanks.